say the start was better. That's what I told the team. We started off much better. We were able to do a lot of things that we couldn't do last game against Munich. But what we ended up seeing was, at some point, was, let's say, kind of a deja vu. That kind of happened again. And there's different reasons why, you can say. I mean, off the top of my head, just off the bat, you know, we kind of put our heads down a little bit, just because when we went down 14 and 21-0, I think that's where guys started to think, okay, here we go again. It's going to be the same story. Because we were very close, at least in the first quarter. Don't quote me. I think I'm going to say half of the second. That's where I kind of noticed where, you know, we're kind of getting something there. We were able to get into their territory. You know, and then next thing you know, we would make a critical mistake, a bad snap. Bad snaps were still our issue. I won't say they were as bad as the first game, but they were still very much evident. But yeah, it was almost kind of a deja vu, but we made steps. I would say that. We made steps, and it's something we got to continue to get better. It's the name of the game. It's the situation that we're in, and we're trying to get better. Yeah, I definitely say it's a difficult one. You know, because sometimes you're trying to put, how you say, even right now in this moment, I'm trying to put words to it. But that's what I can kind of tell you off the bat. You know, we're trying to do the little things right, and we're slowly getting there. You know, I would say we fixed things here and there that we needed to fix. There's still a lot to fix on the to-do list, but slowly but surely. Yeah.
Okay. Across the web, there was a real positive resume about our number 2. Could you tell us something about number 2?
Luka.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I love that kid. Either he's 19 or 20. One thing I'm going to say, so I think he has a bright future in terms of the football. He's a young man that came through the youth program here before I was here. We were lucky to get him back because I know he left at some point last year to go to Russelheim. And the whole process was, let's say, can we get him some experience, especially with the situation with now our second quarterback going down. And I think he showed some positives. There's also a lot to learn. I mean, you notice it's a big jump when you're playing U19. And especially Damas when it wasn't yet GFL Juniors here, so it's a big jump. But he did a lot of things well today, I guess you can say, especially with him being thrown into the fire. The big thing I always say, and a lot of people kind of know about this, at least in house, is I think he's a wonderful young man. He always has a wonderful bright or smile, and he's always excited to come out and help out. But I was excited to see him go out there and at least do some positive things. And he was able to move the ball, which was huge. So yeah, got him some experience, some game experience.
Okay. The next game is
Stuttgart.
Yeah.
Stuttgart in 2 weeks. Yeah. I'm already looking forward to it. Like I'll say right now, like the second this game ended, I know what we need to fix and what we need to do against Stuttgart. The number one thing is we definitely need to get healthy. That's the biggest thing. I mean, what I noticed, at least for today, there wasn't as many significant injuries as last week. We had a lot of injuries that led to, let's say, basically season-ending surgeries. Yeah. You know, and that's something you don't want to see in your team, and it just hurts you to see guys go down like that, especially, you know, health when it affects their work and their school and private lives. But we got to look forward now to Stuttgart and get ready, because that's going to be a big piece of the puzzle this year in terms of where things start shaking up. Yeah. You know, it's to be honest, and I mentioned it right now in the post-game huddle, we are getting battle tested. Guys are understanding what it feels like to end up in these situations. So now the whole thing is, can they fight? Can they fight in those moments? Because we have a lot of work to do. And the big thing I could say is the mental aspect of it. I'd say physically we have some guys that can play, like, and I can say play in general, I'm going to say that are, let's say, potential stars to be in the GFL. We have other guys that are working their way up, so I don't want people to take it the wrong way, but we have a lot of guys where you notice they're coming from lower leagues. So they don't really fit the mold that sometimes coaches would look at. And I tell guys, I say, guys, just because, let's say, we're undersized or we don't match up on paper doesn't mean we can't compete with teams. You saw today we're able to do, but we got to put it together. We got to finish drives. You know, we got to learn to finish drives now. We learned to start off a little bit better. We got to finish drives, but the guys got to understand, like, the mental aspect of it, because now what? We need to actually do things, and the word sucks to say it, but we got to be basically perfect in what we're trying to do, because you don't have to be the biggest, fastest, strongest, but as long as you do your assignment, you know, and you do it well, I mean, we could do stuff, you know, and that's kind of where we're at right now, where it's like getting guys to do their assignments. But it's like a process. Yeah.
Okay. So good luck for in 2 weeks. We will see us in Stuttgart.
I appreciate it very much, sir.